Growing up in the mid-20th century meant relying on a household medicine cabinet filled with supposed miracle cures that our mothers trusted implicitly. Looking back at those glass bottles and metal tins, it is shocking to realize how many everyday remedies were actually hiding severe health risks. Today, we are opening up that old mirrored door to examine 7 medicine cabinet items from the 1950s that were actually dangerous. If you scraped your knee riding your Schwinn bicycle or tripped playing hopscotch, you knew exactly what was coming next when you ran crying inside. Your mother would march you to the bathroom and pull out a tiny glass bottle containing a bright neon red liquid known as Mercurochrome. Introduced in the early 20th century and a staple in almost every home by the 1950s, this topical antiseptic was applied with a little glass wand attached to the stopper. We all remember the absolute dread of seeing that wand approach our scraped knees. But the real danger was not the momentary sting. Mercurochrome contained a significant amount of mercury, a heavy metal highly toxic to the human central nervous system and kidneys. For decades, parents unknowingly painted their children's wounds with a mercury compound, believing they were preventing infection. The bright red stain would linger on your skin for days, serving as a badge of honor on the playground, while the mercury quietly seeped into your bloodstream. Eventually, the Food and Drug Administration recognized the severe risks of heavy metal exposure and banned the antiseptic. But that little red bottle remains an unforgettable piece of our childhood. When a baby was crying from teething pain or someone came down with severe stomach cramps, the ultimate mid-century solution was a dark, licorice-smelling liquid called Paregoric. This common household remedy was essentially a camphorated tincture of opium, meaning our parents were casually dispensing highly addictive narcotics right out of the bathroom cabinet. In the 1950s, it was perfectly legal and incredibly common to buy this opium-laced medicine over the counter without a prescription. Mothers swore by its magical ability to quiet a fussy infant. But the medicine only worked instantly because the heavy dose of morphine acted as a powerful central nervous system depressant. Families kept bottles of Paregoric sitting next to the toothpaste, completely unaware they were administering a potent opioid to their toddlers. The sweet anise-flavored syrup masked the harsh reality of the drug, making it easy for children to swallow and even easier for accidental overdoses to occur. As medical professionals began to realize the devastating potential for addiction and fatal respiratory depression in young children, the government finally regulated the substance, ending an era of soothing babies with liquid opium. During the cold winter months of the 1950s, the overwhelming scent of camphor was a familiar presence in almost every American household due to camphorated oil. This potent mixture of camphor and cottonseed oil was aggressively marketed as a warming chest rub to relieve severe coughs and chest congestion. Mothers would vigorously massage it into our chests before wrapping us in warm flannel for the night. While rubbing it on the skin was generally safe in moderation, the true danger of camphorated oil lay in its packaging and frequent misuse. The oil was sold in plain, clear glass bottles that looked almost identical to other common remedies like castor oil, leading to disastrous mix-ups. If a groggy parent accidentally grabbed the camphorated oil and administered a spoonful to a sick child to swallow, the results were incredibly toxic. Ingesting even a small amount of camphor rapidly attacks the central nervous system, causing severe nausea, terrifying convulsions, and fatal respiratory failure. The frequency of these accidental poisonings became so alarming that the FDA was eventually forced to ban the sale of camphorated oil entirely, removing this hazard from our cabinets. Another seemingly innocent staple of the mid-century medicine cabinet was boric acid powder, a white substance heavily promoted as a gentle, all-purpose antiseptic for infants. Mothers in the 1950s relied on this powder to treat stubborn diaper rash, soothe minor skin irritations, and create a homemade eye wash for conjunctivitis. The product was incredibly cheap and considered so safe that hospitals routinely used it in their maternity wards to dust newborn babies. However, boric acid is a highly toxic cellular poison that can be easily absorbed through broken skin, meaning applying it to a severe diaper rash allowed the chemical to enter a baby's bloodstream directly. Over time, repeated applications led to chronic toxicity, causing severe skin peeling, kidney damage, and fatal neurological issues in countless infants. To make matters worse, the plain white powder was often kept in unlabeled containers where it was easily mistaken for sugar or powdered infant formula, leading to devastating accidental ingestions. It took years of heartbreaking medical reports before doctors realized this supposedly gentle nursery staple was actually a lethal poison, prompting a massive shift away from boric acid in baby care. If you sustained a deep cut or a nasty burn while playing in the backyard, your parents likely reached for a tin of carbolic acid salve to prevent infection. Also known as phenol, carbolic acid was one of the earliest surgical antiseptics, and by the 1950s, it had been incorporated into countless over-the-counter ointments that promised to kill germs on contact. The strong, medicinal, almost tar-like odor of these heavy salves is a scent that many baby boomers still remember vividly. While it certainly killed bacteria, carbolic acid was incredibly corrosive to human tissue, and applying a thick layer often caused severe chemical burns that were much worse than the original injury. Furthermore, phenol is rapidly absorbed through the skin and directly into the bloodstream, where it can cause profound systemic toxicity, leading to irregular heartbeats and dangerous drops in blood pressure. Parents thought the intense burning sensation meant the medicine was working, completely unaware the salve was actually destroying healthy skin cells. Today, the use of high-concentration phenol in everyday first aid products is strictly prohibited, but back then, it was just another trusted remedy. Perhaps one of the most nostalgic and simultaneously dangerous items found in a 1950s home was the iconic glass bottle of flavored children's aspirin. These tiny, chewable tablets from brands like St. Joseph were flavored with sweet orange or cherry and marketed as a delicious way to bring down a fever. Because they tasted exactly like candy and were packaged in easily opened glass bottles long before the invention of child-proof safety caps, they became a leading cause of accidental poisoning. Kids would climb onto the bathroom sink and eat handfuls of the sweet tablets, leading to massive salicylate overdoses that required emergency hospital visits and stomach pumping. Beyond the immediate risk of accidental overdose, there was a hidden, even more terrifying danger lurking within those sweet little pills. Giving aspirin to children suffering from viral illnesses like the flu or chickenpox was later discovered to trigger reyes syndrome, a rare but catastrophic condition causing rapid, life-threatening swelling in the liver and brain. This discovery fundamentally changed pediatric medicine forever, but during our childhoods, these sweet, deadly pills were the first thing mothers gave us. Rounding out our list of hazardous bathroom staples is the incredibly popular antibacterial cleanser known as pHisoHex, which contained a potent chemical compound called hexachlorophene. During the 1950s and 1960s, doctors recommended this thick, medicinal-smelling soap for absolutely everything, from washing newborn babies in the maternity ward to helping teenagers treat their stubborn acne. Mothers trusted the brand implicitly, keeping a bottle on the bathtub edge to scrub their children from head to toe. believing they were providing the ultimate shield against germs. The product was aggressively marketed as a gentle miracle cleanser, and it became a daily hygiene ritual for millions of Americans who loved the squeaky clean feeling. However, hexachlorophene was quietly being absorbed through the skin with every single bath, accumulating in the body and aggressively attacking the central nervous system. By the early 1970s, horrifying medical studies revealed that routine bathing with this chemical was causing severe neurological damage and devastating seizures, particularly in infants. The FDA quickly stepped in to ban the over-the-counter sale of hexachlorophene products, abruptly ending the reign of this toxic soap that permanently etched its scent in our memories. Which of these dangerous vintage remedies do you remember seeing in your family's bathroom when you were growing up? Comment with your answer below, and please subscribe to the channel for more nostalgic trips down memory lane.